Allow me to tell you something here a little bit. One day, my sister, Mary Kinyanjui, told us in our class, this is what the lady told us. And this thing really told us life in our class. During the lecture time, she told us that there is nobody who is considered as a poor man on earth or in the world. What will lead to the state of being poor is the situation where one is not in a position to properly engage mindfully. According to Mary, she believed that only mentally disabled individual is the one who should be called a poor man in the society. Physically stable person has three values. According to Mary, this person has the body, strength, and the mind. And when the mind is used properly, the mind can tell somebody, go to such a place and do something that can help you. You are going to use the strength and you stand where your body is supposed to be, then your mind is something. That's what the lady used to tell us. And in fact, one day, when we were discussing how we can sustain ourselves in our class after school, she told us that people should deviate from salary syndrome because the salary syndrome is what is making Kenya to be poor as it is today. Because people are going to class with the mentality that after schooling they can be employed, and that job is not there. I think the urban arrangements or the employment that people look for that make people to go to school are nowadays on the decline, and they are not there. Through that kind of teaching, I found that my sister told us, one day she told me, do not fear because you are also a person. You can also be heard in the space or in the society. He told me one thing, I want to read it to you. History is not a piece of paper that can be picked from the ground, but it is something which is made or created. Do not wait for for the provision, for nobody is willing to offer you even a space. Those who made history were maimed or killed. Some migrated to other nations, but the fact remained that they were heard in one way or the other. Please try your best to be heard at your level. At your level. And that led me to remember what I read in some documentations where I captured the following. Somebody called Kaloa the Green wrote something in April this year about Kenyans should stop waiting for heroes since they live among them. I stood beside two graves that reminded me how quickly life can change and how long a meaningful life can continue to speak. My dear friend Stephen Ngai Musyoka and his wife Genafina Mwambui Ngei, directors of Makindu Motors, were laid to rest before nearly 20,000 mourners after they died in a tragic road accident. They had gathered not because Ngei had held a bigger office, but because he had quietly earned a meaningful place in their lives. As I reflected on the welfare, one truth came unmistakable. We were not burying the motorcycle he had assembled. They were not burying the livelihoods he had created. They were still feeding their families. That was an historian. According to this brought me to remember what my sister taught me in class. She told us that we will not be given a space in the society, but we need to do something. Kenya will be proud to read in the future. Many Kenyans think history is what dead stones remember. Greece recently taught me that history is what living leaders write every day. So we need to be doing something that the future people one day will remember. And without doing this, it means that we are killing our own society. I want to move very fast because the time is not on my side. I also read a certain documentation. The same April, I heard the current governor of Kisumu, Nyong'o, saying this. I'm not writing this document as one who has all the answers, which means Nyong'o was giving people space so that they can also echo their minds and their feelings towards the issues which are touching their life. As we are here today, I don't know what we can learn from this kind of documentations. Let me finish by reading you a certain piece of document. It is something written in the book of Luke, chapter 5. I'm not here to preach. And it came to pass that as the people pressed him upon him to hear the word of God, he stood by the lake of Gennesaret and saw two ships standing by the lake, but the fishermen went out of them and were washing their nets. And he entered in one of the ships, which was Simon's, and prayed him that he could thrust out a little from the land, and he sat down and taught the people out of the ship. Now when he had left speaking, he said unto Simon, launch out into the deep, underline the word deep, and let down your nest for a draught. And Simeon answering, saying unto him, Master, we had toiled all the night and have taken nothing. Nevertheless, at thy word, I will let down the net. And when they had this done, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes, and their net brake. And they beckoned into their partners which were in the other ship that they should come and help them. And they came and filled both the ships so that they began to sink. My question is, what did Jesus do? The answer is, Jesus did the planning which the fishermen do not have or did not have. For you to plan, you must. How we trade and how we migrate and how we brush shoulder with the county government of Nairobi. The kind of machineries the fishermen were using, tools and equipment, safety gears, and many other things. 2, subjective will of the fishermen. To get money to marry a wife or wives, buy a car, buy a plot, build plots for commercial purposes, open another business. I think what we are lacking at Kamkunji or any other area where informal business are being done, it is the planning which we are lacking. We are not having the proper planning. In planning, we must create or apply 6P principle. Proper prior planning prevents poor performance. We need a planner. Can we have another njeri1960? Who can plan for the informal sector? Who can come to our rescue? Who can document, think that the city government are going to read? Who can confront the officers? Let me leave by reading this to you, my dear brother, if you allow me. I read this from some documentary from Mabati Rolling Mills. They are saying this: every building situation speaks hope for the future generations. Please leave your mark. With every building solution, we continue to leave our mark on Kenya. Every roof shelters joy and warmth. Build boldly and leave your mark for the future. Every roof shelters a story, let yours be one of innovation and lasting impact. Leave your mark. Every building houses ambition and innovation. Let yours leave a mark that lasts. Each color is a reflection of your spirit. Leave a mark where your heart finds peace. Every great journey starts with a vision, a dream of a brighter future, where every home, school, hospitals, and gathering places reflects our hopes. The spaces we create leave a lasting mark, not just on the world around us, but on the people within them. For 40 years down the line, the Kamkunji Juakali Nyayo working shades help bring these visions to life with durable and the beautiful building solutions. As we move into this kind of dispensation, I want to tell you today that with the minds and the likes of the sister Mary Kinyanjui, if we can have many Marys among us, then we can move this country to another level. Let me tell the gathering that
great.
I'm lacking the right descriptive adjectival clause to describe what my sister stood for.
Great, Fred.
I'm happy that I'm addressing the scholars, the lecturers, the intellectuals, those who have been
You've said so many wonderful things, but at the very beginning, there's something that you said, that when you started interacting with Dr. Mary njeri1960, eventually she actually asked you to enroll in one of her classes. And there are many things that you learned from her, but you say that she always reminded you and her students that's a person with a mind, a person with a mind. You are physically fit and you have the strength. The word poor should not be in your vocabulary, because with the mind, you are physically fit, you can walk, you can do something. That is what Dr. Mary Njeri used to tell Dawa and the group. A round of applause for Dawa again. You know, I have guests on the podium. So what I'm going to do, I'll give you a microphone, okay? You just, in 1 minute, you know, I'm a radio person, and every second counts, okay? Yeah. I'll give you a microphone, take microphone there, and your name and what you do. You want to? No, use the mic. Use the roving microphone. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. As I said, my name is Quinton. What I would like to say from the informal sector perspective is that we have tried as an association to bring up.
What is the name of the association?
Our association is Nairobi County Skilled Artisans Community Association. Abbreviation is NACOSACA. It's registered with the Micro and Small Enterprise Authority, and we work with a number of artisans, both skilled and unskilled, in various subsectors of manufacturing.
Great, that is enough. So yeah. The last question would be, what has your interaction with the work or the teachings of Dr. Mary Kinyanjui impacted your association?
I think it has bridged a bigger gap, especially in terms of empowering us, because the last time we shared with her, we were at a hotel, and we were bringing our backgrounds on how we were managing ourselves in the informal sector. So from the teachings she encouraged us to be moving forward to pursue all these opportunities that are available.
Great. Pass the microphone to the gentleman in red. A round of applause. My brother, your name and what you do?
Okay, my name's, good morning, everyone. My name is Tom Achille. I'm working in informal sector. Just as my brother said, we are members of njeri1960, sorry. So we are dealing with the plumbers, we are dealing with the welders, we are doing with the painters, we are working with, as a team together with them all. But me, I am based in Kangemi with those groups.
You deal with?
Sorry?
You personally, you deal with what?
Me personally, I do painting.
Uh-huh.
And I have a team of painters. So we have an organization under this team.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So how has Dr. Mary Kinyanjui's teaching and work impacted your daily work?
I've never interacted with Dr. Njeri, but since I was invited by a friend who has been telling us about her, as really the teachings that he has been receiving, all the interactions that he has been together with the Njeri has really impacted and encouraged us to do what we are doing as informal sector.
Great, great, great. She's a great champion of the informal sector.
Yes, thank you.
Great. My sister, your name?
My name is Jane Wamboy.
Talk through the microphone.
My name is Jane Wamboy. We work together. We live in Kangemi, but to me personally, I deal with beauties. That's what I'm working for now.
Mm-hmm. So how do you, from what you've just heard about Dr. Mary Njeri Kinyanjui, how do you think her teachings and her emphasis on the, giving space to the informal sector, how is it going to impact your work as a beauty person?
What I heard about Njeri was a good lady, but in our formal sectors, we are going to learn more about it.
Great. A round of applause for my panel. Great, 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 Dawa. Thank you very much for that. These books, when you read them, she's a great defender of that informal sector, because many people think that the informal sector is a nuisance. And she says, no, you people do not understand the informal sector. And in fact, yesterday, somebody was actually giving statistics that what the informal sector does in terms of the money that circulates in that industry compared to what is formal is far much bigger than that. And that's why Dr. Mary Njeri Kinyanjui has always felt very strongly that the informal sector, in fact, for her it is a misnomer, that word. Yeah, but it's a very powerful contributor to nation building. So thank you very much. I know we are going to have more when we create space for a plenary discussion. After all these conversations that we have, we'll have people give their presentation, and then after that presentation, you leave. When you do that, you don't learn. Okay? Yeah, you should come in before your presentation, listen to those ones who are presenting, come and share your experiences and your knowledge and your insight into the subject that is under discussion, but sit around also. That's how you get to learn. So I'll plead with you, unless you have something just very pressing, then you'll be allowed. But if you have time, sit around and follow the conversation, and that's how this conference is going to enrich your lives as a Kenyan, just like myself. I've benefited a lot. I'm a journalist myself, but Dr. Mary Njeri Kinyanjui is my big sister, and I've learned a lot from her teachings and writings. And she's actually helped me build my library, because these books are my books that she gifted me. Okay, Dawa, do you have a question? Just one question from the podium, and then we allow them to leave the stage. One question. These are the informal people representing the informal sector this morning. Just one question. If you have any, those ones who've interacted. extensively about the informal sector. And here we have people, Kenyans, who represent that sector. You have a question, my nephew. Keep it short. Your name and straight to the question. I want you to be as brutally brief.
Good morning. That was
I'll allow one more question. Dr. Mary njeri1960 has actually dedicated her work in that space, the informal sector. And here we have Kenyans from that sector. Any question? Any other question? It's a conversation. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I think as an informal sector, from where we learned that informality is not actually the informal way of doing things, but the mindset. We tried to bring things on board by formalizing of ourselves first, making sure that first we had proper registration channels. We have systems that we can approach these government institutions. We have ways of providing exhibition spaces for our members, interacting with these guys that are outside there, so that whatever the informal sector is doing is seen outside. It's visual, it's seen outside there, so that we can have guys from different sectors coming on board to assist us in whatever we do. Thank you.
Great, ma'am. Is that, I think he's answered sufficiently. He's answered that question sufficiently. Yeah. Very brief, yes?
I think we normally refer or take whatever the information we have to the ground, because the ground itself cannot change without our input. When we look at the market itself, what the market itself is not solidly left to our own products, and we have other products coming into our market. So we must try to tell our people that with the information we get, we must improve the productivity of the goods so that we may seize the market and have a control over it. Let me say this in half a minute, seconds.
In seconds, yes.
Seconds. That the sister told us one day, there is a Kikuyu proverb that says, those who used to jump over the river.
Those who used to jump over the river
are nowadays wading through the water of the same river.
Are
nowadays wading through the water of the same river as they cross to the other side.
Okay.
What does this mean? She explained it this way.
Keep it short. Yes.
She said, do things when you are still energetic. The time is coming when you will not be able to do them. So by the time you are going to be older, your deeds will support you in one way or the other.
Great, great, great. A round of applause for our panel there. Wow. Wow. I think, Juma, are we breaking for a health break? Okay. Great, great. Let us go and re-energize, have a cup of tea, and then come back. When we come back, we have a book discussion. Thank you very much.